Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in, for joining me this afternoon. My timing is all over the place, but thank you for joining me. I need you to go ahead and post this on your page. I need you to tag about 5 people, at least 5. You can tag more than 5, but at least 5, because there is a word from the Lord, and this is so mind blowing to me right now. God gave me this word actually yesterday. I was out. Well, I went to a prayer, not a prayer, but I went to a women's gathering that Saturday morning. Left the women's gathering, came home, told me and my girls we had planned a day out because we have certain weekends that we just go out to eat and do whatever together. Had that planned, and I came home and I went in worship. So our plans got derailed. And then we kind of got out there. Eventually we ended up going because I wanted some fish. I wanted Captain Steve's. So we finally made it to Captain Steve's. And then in there, I couldn't focus because the word of the Lord was so heavy on me. So I was like, and my daughters are used to this. They were like, let's just go home because you ain't doing it. So I was like all over the place yesterday. I was doing one thing and then the Lord kept bringing me back to this word. And so then I got up, I went to church this morning, and I got up like really early. And it was like, I felt like today is going to be like, the Lord you're going to do something today. I just knew it. And so when I got to church, me and the bishop and the prophetess, we was all on the same page. So as soon as I walked in, she looked at me and was like, so I knew what that meant. So the Lord had his way this morning. So then I was thinking, okay, well, that was it. That was the release that I needed. That was it. So I said, okay. So I got home and I decided, I didn't even come home. As y'all can see, I still have on my Sunday clothes. Like I have not undressed yet. We got out of church at 12. Because listen, y'all, our service started at 10. I go to Wesley Chapel Holiness Church in Mount Holly. It's an experience. That's all I'm going to say. It's an experience. So our service starts at 10. We're out by 12. So at 12, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the mall because I was supposed to go yesterday to pick up a few things. So let me just get all this out, y'all. Just bear with me. Go ahead and tag and go ahead and share. Listen, so I got out of service. I went to the mall, picked up a few things, and I was like, okay, good. I got it. I can go home. I can relax. And I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat. I told the girls, take my leftovers out the refrigerator. So I'm ready. I'm preparing. Listen, I am preparing to eat. And then on the way home, the Lord was like, you're going to have to eat later. He said, number 1, you ain't even hungry. He said, number 2, he says, I have need of you today. He said, that word that you're trying to give in the morning, he said, it can't wait. Listen, y'all. He said, that word can't wait. He said, some of them need that word right now. Because if you don't give them that word right now, they're going to mess up y'all. They're going to mess up before in the morning. He said, you can't wait because in my mind, y'all know Monday, I go live 5:30, but I got to get to school. I need to be at school by 6:30 in the morning because the kids come tomorrow. And the Lord kept saying, well, no. I kept feeling like you're not going to be able to do that. And so when I was let me just say, I left the mall. I left Belks doing damaging Belks. I left Belks and I went to Harris Teeter because all of a sudden I wanted cake and ice cream. And the Lord was like, you need to get home. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at my watch like I can go live about 7 o'clock. And the Lord was like, no, he said, you got about less than an hour to get home and get in my presence. And I'm going to release you to give what I want you to give to the people. So y'all are getting this hot off the press. If you have not already, I need you to tag and share. This is so powerful. And listen, and I shared a little bit of this, the Lord shared this morning at church, but I'm going to give y'all the whole thing now because I cannot hold this until the morning. I cannot hold this. If you have followed my page, you know I keep posting about being in his presence. Let me tell y'all, that is priority right now. You better put God on your schedule. Okay, I'm trying not to go there. But you better put God on your schedule every day at a set time. Put him on your schedule. He has something he needs to tell you. You specifically, not through Prophetess 3. He said, I want to speak to you. He said, I want you to get to a point till you know my voice. So you're not distracted. You're not misled. You're not wondering. You're not iffing. He said, you know my voice. He said, I need you to start being in my presence. Watch this. He said, that is priority. That is number 1 on your agenda. Watch this. I was in my classroom and people that know me, my team know, my daughters know, people that know me know that I have been in a place since June with God. And I was thinking, well, I'm just in this place because I got to prepare for worship and warfare. But I'm not coming out of this place, y'all. Can I share this with you? I am not coming out of this place. I long to the manchete. Whew, okay. I long to be in his presence. It's almost like I'm doing one thing and I hear him saying, come, daughter, come. Come, daughter, come. Come. As I have to stop and I have to run in my room. And then even when I'm in my classroom, I got worship music playing and people know you better knock on that door because you're going to walk into it. And somebody walked into my room last week when we were setting up. And at this point, the worship that I listened to, and I'll share this with you all on my page. When I had got to this point in worship, they were just singing in tongues and praying in tongues. And first I was like, well, I better stop that. And the Lord said, don't stop it. They need to hear it. And I said, okay, Father. And so the person who came in my room was trying to talk to me. And they were like, they kept looking at the screen and like, well, Dr. Three, something, wait a minute. And I just started laughing. I said, go ahead and let it feed you. Listen, because we got to be because watch this. Yes, Ross. People are hungry and thirsty after God. And God is saying, I'm raising up a remnant that will not be ashamed. I am raising up a remnant that will not shut me down. I am raising up a remnant that says, you know what, God, I want your hand more than I want your face more than I want your hand. Who am I talking to? He said, because daughter, I'm tired of them begging me for stuff. And they don't even really know me. Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all, can I just give this to y'all? Because some people are going to have to watch the replay because they still at church doing what they do. I know it's Sunday. I know. But this couldn't wait. Watch this. He said, watch this. Choose you. This is what he kept saying when I was, we were in Captain Steve's. And I heard the Lord say, clear as day, choose you this day who you going to serve. I was like, wait a minute. And my daughter was like, what? And I was like, y'all. Then I said, okay, yeah, y'all didn't hear that. He said, choose you this day who you gonna serve. And I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. He said, He said, tell my people, my remnant, that I said, choose you this day who you gonna serve. He said, because I'm tired, daughter. Listen to these words. He says, I am looking at the intent of their heart, and they keep saying, God, know my heart. He said, exactly. I know your heart, and I don't like what I see. Yeah, I just got to get, if you know me, you know I don't know how to sugarcoat nothing. It just is what it is right now. He says, choose you this day. If you're going to serve me, then serve me. If you coming with me, come all the way. He said, I'm lukewarm, I'm spewing you out of your mouth. The taste of you making me sick. He said, if you coming, come all the way. Y'all, we're running out of time. Listen, and I was sharing with my team, and if you follow me on Facebook, you know I'm constantly posting whatever God is dropping in my spirit. I'm posting, because listen, there is a sense of urgency now. There's a sense of urgency right now. And you know, I was telling somebody, I was sharing with them, I said, you know, in the Bible, it says that God will not return until his word has been preached all over the world. I said, so when I see people on my live, watch this. When I see people on my live, that's from Australia, from Pakistan, from all these nations. I'm like, oh boy. And he keeps saying, daughter, I'm showing you, I am soon to return. He says, and tell my people, listen, choose who you gonna serve. It does not make sense. Y'all think, let's make this make sense. Why would I pretend to you? Why would I get on here doing all this that I'm doing, going live 5:30 in the morning, 5 days a week, 21 days, fasting, praying, preaching, teaching, laying hands, doing worship and warfare, doing sold out, doing God. Why would I do all that pretending and then die and go to hell? What? Because God has said, daughter, they can't fool me. Whew. Y'all, this is a wake-up call to the church. He says they cannot fool. When 2024 hit, I came on here, started screaming and hollering because God had told me that there will be a great falling away. He said it's going to begin with the church, and it is happening. It is happening. Watch this. I'm going to get right into this. He said, God gave me this. He said, choose you this day who you going to serve. He said, I'm looking at the intent of their heart, and I don't like it. Watch this. He said, choose. He said, I gave you the right to choose. He said, I'm not going to make you choose me. Watch this, y'all. He said, I'm not going to make you choose me. Listen, he said, I am tired of the pretending. I am tired of the pretending. Listen to this. This is what he told me next. He says, tell them they better choose before I expose them. Y'all, listen. He said, choose before I expose you. Watch this. Choose before everything crumbles. Listen. He said, now is the time to choose. Hi, Sister Gail, bless you. He says, now is the time to choose. You cannot, watch this. This is the warning to the church. He said, you cannot keep pretending. You cannot keep playing church and no change. Oh God, oh God. He says, choose you this day who you gonna serve. It's either me or Satan. He said, there's no middle. You either choose me or you don't. He said, all the pretending, watch this. He says, all the pretending, he said, I'm going to expose you. There will be people, okay, that will walk in the service, because I've had it happen. Walk in the service, watch everything that's happening like this. And then tell me, Dr. I need to talk to you. And I'm like, yes. Well, this person is this person is that, this, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Watch it, because God will expose you. Because he's tired of the pretending. Do you know the pretending will cause, pretending will allow, you know why some people are getting devoured in the warfare? Pretending. You know why some people can't make it through the warfare and people are dying pretending? He said, what good is it going to do you to pretend, because you can't fool me? I'm the one with the answer. I am your source. So why are you, he said, man can't do nothing for you. You think they can. He said, but I control the heart. Watch this. He said, and I will determine what's going to happen. He said, so who you pretending for? Will the real people of God stand up, is what he's saying. Will the real people that's doing it for the kingdom, not the platform, stand up? Because God is saying, you can't fool me. He says, you're doing this and you saying it's in my name, but nobody's being changed. He says, so where you say you're doing it and it's in my name, but there is no change. There's no deliverance. There's nothing taking place. He said, the reason why some of you all are held up and stagnated is because you're pretending. He said, I don't want half of you. I want all of you. Can y'all drop that in the chat? All of me, God. I got to give him all of me. Listen, because I told God, I said, you know what? God, I want you more than I want the stuff. Watch this. I said, God, I want you. Watch this, Evangelist Patricia. He said, I began to tell God, I said, God, I want you more than I want the stuff. I said, God, I want you more than I want the things. I long to be in your presence. Because in his presence, he reveals to me. I said, God, I got to give you all of me. I can't give you half of me. I can't serve you part-time. I can't serve you when watch this. I can't just serve you when it's lights, camera, and action. This thing got to be 100% with me. I said, we're going to do it, then I got to do it all the way. I don't know how to pretend. This is why the ministry is called Sold Out International. All of me. Ain't no part-time, ain't no, well, when the Dr. 3 was on here talking about Jesus, the next day I saw her over there at the nightclub doing XYZ. No, all of me. All of me. People that know me that's really close, they know what you see now is really what you get. It ain't no different me on a different day. I am always about, watch this, my Father's business. People that flow in the prophetic. This is in the beginning stages. I don't know who this is for, but here you go. Here you go. I'm going to help you. You know why your mind seems like it's in 1,000 places all the time? And you like, wait, what? Because in the beginning, when God began to birth you out. Okay, I hear you, Holy Spirit. I'm going to come back to the birthing out. I'm going to come back to the birthing out because it's something he want to say about that. But in the beginning, Jesus, in the beginning, when you begin to flow in the prophetic, watch this, and y'all that flow in the office, not the gift, the office, you can testify to this. When you begin to flow and God begin to birth you out in the prophetic, that your mind is like this. And we learn, watch this, Gail, that's going to bless you. And we learn because our mind is like this, and God is talking, and our people is talking. We have to learn how to maneuver, and it's almost like you have two minds. You have a dual mind. You talking to me, but I can still hear everything God downloading. Watch this. You talking to me, but I can still hear God saying, okay, XYZ, do this, say this, go there, go there. But we learn how to maneuver. And so some of you just think you're about to lose your mind. You are losing your mind. Can I help you? You are losing your mind. You're losing your mind to gain the mind of Christ. Lose your mind to gain. Oh boy. Lose your mind to gain your mind today. Can I help you? Lose your mind to gain your mind. Watch this. Jesus, when he walked the earth, had to deal with his disciples every day, all day. What they was doing. Who gonna sit on your left side? Who gonna sit on your right side? Who gonna do this? And what about Judas? And what about this? And we tired, and they ain't got no food, and you got to feed them. And these people, he had to deal with that, but at the same time, had to hear everything his father was saying. Same time. Same time. Gail, get used to it. Same time. Same time. Same time. I hear you, God, but I got to deal with these people. I hear you, God, but I got to deal with these people. I hear you, God. He said, yeah, I got you. Do X, Y, Z. So it's called, you got to, God will grow you up in this thing where you learn to walk the earth and hear God speak and people speak at the same time. People that know me and know me really well, watch this. People that know me really well, they can tell when it fall on me, they be like, what he saying, Dr. 3? Because your mind, you looking at me like, yeah, I got you, but they know my mind be gone in whatever God is giving me. So listen, so I was okay, because when I was saying that about the birthing out, the Holy Spirit began to speak this to me. There would be a mighty travail hit the earth. Watch this. Y'all know back in the day, let me see, I'm about to date myself. I'll be 51. So I'm going to date myself now. You know, back in the day, when we would go to church and they would have, I was born and raised Baptist church, all Baptist. Any hymn you got, I know all the lyrics. Born and raised Baptist by one grandmother. Watch this. But my other grandmother was holiness. Like, you know that holiness where you got to wear a little doily on your head and you couldn't wear no pants and your dress had to be down to the floor, that type of holiness. So I would go certain weekends, I would go stay with my grandmother, Elizabeth Pauline. That's my grandmother. I'm named after her. I would go stay with her and we had to get up early. I think it was still dark on Saturday morning. And we went to church. And when you walk in, watch this, you can hear them, oh, Jesus, do it for me, God. Oh, Jesus, come on in. And you will hear that. So I grew up around it, and it's called travail. Okay. And so yesterday I was in service. And now God was already dealing with me. I know I'm going fast, y'all, but I'm going to get there. I promise you I'm going to get there. And God was already dealing with me about travailing in the spirit because I had already started going into that level of prayer. And when we get to that level of prayer, Gail, Titus, my brother, y'all watch this. When we get to that level of prayer, it is like, I can't really explain it. There are no words. It is like a groaning and a moaning that is a spiritual thing. And you giving birth to something. Sometimes we don't know what it's about. We just know it's just like, oh, Jesus. Oh, and you just, I've been at my daughters, they just come shut the door and they go upstairs because they like, yeah, she on one tonight. And it will, and I was sharing with my team. I said, it happened. I said, I was in prayer. Because every night I go in like a type of intercession shut-in mode. And I was in prayer and I was like singing to the Lord and worshiping and doing all that. And then all of a sudden that thing hit. When it hit, I fell off the bed, literally, and was on the floor. I was literally beating the floor, just calling on Jesus. And God began to tell me, he says, daughter, he said, I'm going to bring them back to it. He said, because they don't forget the cost of, Jesus. He said, because you don't forget. He said, because some of us have gotten so used to the laying on of hands. Let her anoint me. Let me get in the prayer line. Let me pray her through. He says, I'm calling them back to travailing until it's birthed out. And I said, God, wait a minute, what you saying? He said, the midwife. He said, I'm going to call you back to the midwife. He said, I got to put you back in. Because I was saving. Y'all know I'm about to do a retreat for 12 women. We going up on the lake for 3 days. Listen, and I already know, I said, they're going to be a mighty travailing because when Zion travails, she bring forth. I said, it's going to be a mighty birthing. God is going to prepare me to be the midwife. He said, but I need you, daughter. Listen, He said, I need you to tell my people that there's about to be a mighty travailing. He said, don't get scared of the travail. Who is this for? Do not get afraid of the travail. You don't need to understand it. He said, just know that I am birthing something in you, and it will not be birthed. Okay. It will not be birthed until you get in this position. Watch this. Y'all know the story about when Elijah prayed and he got in position. He got in an uncomfortable. Watch this. When we travail, it is not comfortable. Watch this. Because your back get tired. Who am I talking to? Your throat get raw. You sweating and ain't no. I'm be looking cute and I'm gonna wear this. Ain't none of that happening. God says, I'm calling them back to the level of travail because some of them forgot what it felt like to birth. Oh, Jesus. He says, some of them have forgotten, daughter, what it feels like. He says, some of them have forgotten what it feels like when I birth them out. Not when somebody lay hands on you and say, you got it, baby, you good. Okay, go on. He said, when I birth you out. I don't know. I feel like God is going to help me to have one of them services, but I'm be praying and seeking God because that is not something that you just up and decide all of a sudden that you're going to do. Y'all know we had the service with the white sheets and everybody been asking me, when you going to consecrate the sheets? When you going to bring it back? I can only do that when God tell me. He hasn't released me to do it yet. But all I keep hearing is travail. Like and this is why spending time in his presence is priority. He said, because I'm ushering you all, it's about 30 y'all on here. He says, I'm ushering you into a level with me. He said, whenever you get a prophecy moving forward, it's going to be confirmation. It ain't going to be the first time you heard. Okay, who is this for? He said, it is not going to be the first time you heard it because you're going to hear it because you remain in the presence of God. And can I say this? And I'm going to get to this scripture I wanted to share. I am. Listen, can I share this? Because some of you have been mishandled. Some of you have been mishandled by men and women of God. Okay. He said you have been mishandled because they wanted what you were bringing to the table and they were not that concerned about your soul. Watch this. But he's raising up a remnant, some people like me, some leaders like me, some pastors like me, that I'm concerned about your soul. If you never sow a dime, I'm concerned about your soul. He said, you've been mishandled. So some of y'all, we struggle with who to trust. Is that real? Let me say, I'm watching because I'm going to see what they're going to do next. Because we've been mishandled for so long. Watch this. You've been mishandled for so long till you don't know when the real come. God said, I'm about to show you. God, I'm about to show you. This is why being in his presence is going to be everything to you. Y'all keep hearing me say, and I'm telling y'all what I know. Your healing going to come in his presence. Your answer is going to come in his presence. Oh, you've been handled. You've been dropped. He said, get in my presence. I got you. I never leave you. I never forsake you. He said, but you got to choose me. He said, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make the choice for you. He said, you're going to have to choose. Watch this. Joshua 24, 1 through 17. I'm going to try to read this because I did not, how long I've been here? Ooh, almost 30 minutes. I did not want to be on here long, but I want to give you this and I'm going to get off of here. Listen. Joshua 24, 1 through 17. 1 through 17. Your healing is going to come from his presence. In his presence, he give you direction. In his presence is fullness of joy. You going through, get in his presence. He said, that's where I speak. That's where I will meet you. Get in my presence. Okay, listen. It says, and we're in Joshua 24, 1 through 17. I know it's Sunday, so hopefully I won't be too long. Joshua 24, 1 through 17. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel and called for the elders, for their heads, for their judges, for their officers, and they all presented themselves before God. Watch this. Yeah. And Joshua said unto all the people, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in the old time, the father of Abraham, and they served other gods, talking about their past. Then he said, verse 3, and I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and I multiplied his seed, and I gave him Isaac, and I gave him Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. And I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it. It says, but Jacob and all his children went down into Egypt. Verse 5. I sent Moses also and Aaron. I plagued Egypt. God let them know I did this. What you went through, I did it. He said, I own that. I did that. Watch this, y'all. He said, I sent Moses, also Aaron, and I plagued Egypt, according to that which I did among them. And afterward, I brought you out. Y'all hear this? All that happened, I brought you out. Watch this. Then it says, God, where am I at? Verse 6. And I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and you came into the sea, and the Egyptians pursued after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. Verse 7. And when they cried unto the Lord, I put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them, and your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt. He said, check my track record. I brought you out every time. Who is this for? I brought you out every time. Watch this. This is good. Then it says, let me see. I brought the sea upon them, and I covered them, and your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt, and you dwelt in wilderness a long season. He said, I allowed that. I allowed you to go through that wilderness season. Watch this. Then it says, and I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of the Jordan, and they fought with you, and I gave them into your hand, that you might possess their land. I gave you your enemies' land. Listen to him. He says, watch this. He says, verse 9, then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. Verse 10, but I would not listen to Balaam. Therefore, he blessed you instead of cursing you. The person that, y'all, God said, he's reminding us, there were people that were sent to curse you. He said, I changed their whole mind, and they end up blessing you. Everything that could have killed you, he said, I delivered you from it. Whoo, listen here. Listen. Verse 10. No, verse 11. And you went over Jordan and came into Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought. Every time you got over one thing, somebody else tried to come against you, but I delivered you every time. I get over one thing, here comes something else. And God said, and did I not deliver you? Who am I talking to? He said, did I not deliver you? Watch this. It says, and you went over to Jordan and came into Jericho, and the men of Jericho, they fought against you. All the ites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Jerusites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. He said, and I delivered you out of all of them. Listen, he said, every time. Can y'all drop that in the chat? Every single time. Every time. He says, I delivered your enemy into your hand. Watch this. Verse 12. It says, and I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you, and even the two kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor thy bows. And I have given you land for, listen to this, y'all. I have given you land. Oh, God, this is right here. Listen. I have given you land for which you did not labor. Do y'all hear this? I've given you land for which you didn't work for. Sweatless victory. You didn't work for that land. I had them people prepare that land for you. Who is this for? I'm just believing God. Baby, oh, Jesus. I'm trying to stay right here, but y'all pulling, and I'm listen. He said, I would give you land that you didn't work for. Everything that come up against you, he said, I'm going to deal with it. Watch this. It says, I gave you land that you did not labor for. He said, I even gave y'all cities you didn't build. He said, and I allowed you to dwell in them. He said, I gave you vineyards and olive yards, and which you did not plant, but you're going to eat. Who is this for today? Y'all, I feel like I'm about to run through this room. He says, I am about to, when you choose me, this is what you get. Sweatless victory. Watch this. Houses, land that you didn't build. My brother is on here. Some of them that know me on here, they will tell you, I have literally walked into 1, 2, 3, 4 homes built from the ground up. I ain't had nothing to do with the building. I walked right in and got them. I didn't design it. I didn't plan it. 4 times God did it. He said, this is yours. Walked right in it. A couple times they told me somebody else had this house built. And then all of a sudden they said, you know what? We don't even want the house. And I walked in and said, this is mine. This is the one. God will give, when you remain in his presence. Oh, God, I cannot stress this enough. When you give him a yes. When you give him a yes. When you say, God, I want you more than I want the stuff. God, I want you more than I want a man, the car, the house. Do you know when you get a mind like that and your heart is really like that, he's going to give you all that other stuff anyway. Y'all do know that, right? He said, but I want to be priority. Why I got to be second on your list? Why I can't even make your list? Watch this. It says, watch this. He said, oh God, I'm trying, y'all. He says, oh God, where am I at? So I give you land. I gave you olive yards and houses and cities and all this stuff that you did not build. And then it says verse 14, because I did all that now. Therefore, fear the Lord. Listen, watch this. Serve him in sincerity and in truth. Put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and serve the Lord. Put away all these little idols that we got. Ooh, watch this. All these idols that we got. All these little things. He said, can you put all that away and serve me with your whole heart and truth and sincerity? Can you put away all the other stuff? Can you get a mindset that I only want what God wants for me? Can you get a mindset, God, if this person that's trying to connect with me, if they ain't from you, then move them. God, can you get a mindset? God, if I can't walk away from it, make it walk away from me. Watch this. It says, watch this. Because, okay, I hear you, Father. He says, tell him, choose me. Can I help y'all? Because some of y'all done chose family. He said, choose. What did I say? Oh, God. He said, what did I say? Choose me. Watch this. He says, I'm the one. He said, you could have died a long time ago, but I held the bullet. I stopped the wreck. I stopped the cancer. I put everything in reverse. I made it stop in its tracks. He said, you could have been dead. He said, check my track record. Now, he said, can you choose me? Watch this. Okay. Oh, God. He said, because I already chose you. Whoo. Listen, y'all. He said, I already chose y'all. I just need you to choose me. Oh, God, have mercy. He said, stop pretending. Choose me. Come with your whole heart. Listen, it says, oh, God, where am I at? It says, verse 15. Let me go back for verse 14. He says, now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. You cannot serve God. The only way you can serve God is in sincerity and in truth. Is being 100% real. We can't be one way in the church. Because you know, we can fool man, but you can't fool God. And you know, there are certain men and women of God that flow in the prophetic, and we know how to maneuver and how to flow and how to do all these things. But we know etiquette, and we know the voice of God, and we know timing of God. So we'll know stuff that you've done, and we'll be looking at you like, God bless you. Because God will not allow, watch this, for us to release certain things until the appointed time. So don't ever think that if you're around a real prophet of God, a real man, you ain't fooling them. And watch this. And watch this. Can I tell y'all something about prophets? We gonna dream it, we gonna hear it, or we gonna see it. Can I say that? We gonna hear it, we gonna dream it, or we gonna see it. Watch this. So it's no more pretending. We're done pretending. This is that's why I say 911. Because your life is at stake right now. Watch this. It says, choose you the Lord, serve him in sincerity and in truth. Put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. Verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, go ahead and choose you this day who you gonna serve. Let me read that part again. Verse 15. And if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, Choose you this day who you gonna serve. Whether it be the gods of your fathers that were served on the other side of the flood, or the God of the Amorites in whose land you now dwell. But watch this. Joshua said, but as for me and my house, God, watch this. Joshua said, y'all can choose. If y'all gonna choose the gods of our forefathers and the God of all them ites, he said, go ahead. He said, but as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. Ain't no idols up in here. Ain't none of that. We gonna serve the Lord. Why did Joshua say that? Because I know his track record. Oh God, help me, Holy Ghost. He says, I know his track record, so I'm gonna serve him. He said, all these other gods y'all serving, they gonna bow to my God. Who am I talking to? Do you know to serve something means I have allegiance to it. I'm committed to it. I'm committed. You know, can I say this, y'all? You are your own idol. Watch this. It's what I want to do, where I want to go, where I got a dream, and I got a this. And you are your own idol. Can I help us? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and because God had to deal with me with that. He said, wait a minute, it's not what you want, it's what I want. Now, you going to choose me, or you going to keep choosing what Elizabeth wants? Because Elizabeth wants a whole lot of stuff. He said, but what about what I want? He said, what about my kingdom? He said, what about you know what helped me to make the decision, y'all? Can I share this? What really helped me to make this decision? I got tired. Watch this. And some of y'all I shared this. So my dad, let me see. My dad transitioned in 2018. In 2018, I took care of my dad the whole 2 years of the whole cancer process. And then my dad left. He transitioned in 2018. Watch this. And so after 2018, because my dad was one of the people, you're going to preach my funeral and you're going to do this and dress me in this and have me in this color. And that was my daddy. I'm a lot like him, y'all. Just bear with me. So he told me everything that he wanted. And the whole time I'm saying, nope. I ain't preaching no funeral. I ain't preaching on no dead people. I ain't doing it. Not doing it. And he laid out his whole order of service. Y'all, I did it all. Listen. And so I got up, I preached my dad's funeral. And because as long as I was taking care of dad, I wasn't doing a lot of ministry. I was focused on making sure that my daddy got everything he needed. My assignment at that point in time was to serve him. Listen, and so then after dad transitioned, I preached his funeral. And when the middle of me preaching, I felt that heat come. I said, oh God, something on me now. And it was as if somebody shot me out of a cannon. It was like I couldn't stand. And I literally, so 2018, this is 2024. I just took a break this summer. And my team's still saying, you ain't taking no break. I said, yes, I did. I took a break. 2024, I took a break since 2018. Because after I did my dad's service, I eulogized my dad. It was like he shot me out of cannon. But the thing, watch this, that got me, y'all, watch this, gonna bless y'all. Every night, I would go to bed, and this is what I hear. Don't leave me like this. Don't leave me like this. Come and get me out. Come and save. And I would hear, and I would wake up just crying. Oh, geez, who? And I kept saying, who are these people? Who are they? What is going on? Because I couldn't, my mind was like, what is going on? And then my daddy kept coming to me in dreams. And I was having visions of him telling me, he says, you know what? He says, he was telling me, y'all, I've shared about what my grandmother, after she transitioned, she told me all about heaven. My daddy did the same thing. He told me all about heaven. And he kept saying, he said, baby girl. He said this right here. And he would just, because to know my daddy's nickname was Happy Jack. Because he was always happy. He was always laughing. Even in going through all that chemo, the radiation. Because my daddy did chemo. They hooked him up to chemo, and I would take him because I lived in Rock Hill. They would hook him up to chemo. We would sit there for hours. The chemo would run, and they would put a machine on him that still ran. Listen to this much chemo. It ran chemo through his body. We would go on Fridays. It would run chemo through his body Friday, all day Saturday, and Sunday I would take him back for them to take the chemo machine off him. It was a portable chemo machine. I never heard him complain. Never heard him complain. Watch this. So I would, after dad transitioned, and I was having all these dreams, open eye visions. Y'all, I've shared them many times on Facebook, and I was sharing about how my dad came to me and he was telling me all about heaven. And he says, baby girl. He said, oh, he was just laughing. He said, you wouldn't believe this. You wouldn't believe. And he was telling me about the streets, and he was talking about the walls, and he was talking about these big doors and these windows, and he was saying the angels everywhere. He said, and I see the kids playing. So, like the babies that die and they go to heaven. He said, he said, the babies so pretty, and they be down and they be just playing, having a good time. And he said, and we would love, watch this. He said, and we would love to have you come. He said, because I know this is what you were talking about. He said, I want you to see it. He said, but you can't come right now. Y'all, every time I talk about it, it just sends chills over me. He said, you can't come right now. He said, because you got to get the people ready. He said, but boy, but when you get here, he said, I can't wait for you to see it. He said, baby girl, I can't wait for you to see it. And that's all. When he like faded out, that's all he kept saying. I can't wait for you to see it, but you got to get the people ready. And then I started dreaming about the floods, and I would have people huddled together in these. I can't really explain, but I would have them like huddled together in an area. And I would be telling them, God got us. We're going to be okay. I know all this stuff is happening, but God going to take care of us. God. And one dream, it was a flood. One dream, it was fire. One dream, it was like the world just started caving in. And God kept saying, get my people ready. And this is when I said, you know what? I got to be all in. I got to be all in because I don't want their blood to be on my hands. Watch this. And I said, I don't want their blood to be on my hands. So this is when I decided. This is how Sold Out was birthed. And then y'all see Miss Harper name going up the screen. She was the one that sent me. So see, God was doing all this in me. And I wasn't telling nobody because I was like, I don't even know. He keeps saying, get his people ready. And I can pray. I'm just thinking I can pray. I can get on here and go live. I can do X, Y, and Z. But I was never thinking about Sold Out, a ministry, an actual in-person. I was never even thinking about that. That was like the furthest thing from my mind. I knew that I did worship and warfare once a year. And I did stuff with God's girl periodically. But I was not thinking about, watch this. I was not thinking about a Sold Out. That was birthed, watch this, through those visions, those dreams, those nights of travailing. Because I could hear the souls crying. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. And so I was like, okay. So I had a mandate from God. And then Miss Harper sent this letter, about 6-7 pages. And she said she don't know what it was. God just gave it to her. And she just shared it to me. And she was describing to me everything that God told me. And I'm like, I have not seen her in years. I have not talked to her in years. And that was the thing that got me. Watch this, to get busy about my Father's business. Listen, and so let me get back to Joshua because I know y'all like, wait, what? And listen, it says, and the people answered, after Joshua said, as for me and my house, he said, y'all can choose whoever you want to serve. He said, but as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Then it says, verse 16, and the people answered and said, God forbid, listen to this, that we should forsake the Lord and serve other gods. The people said, God forbid. What did they say? After he done all that for us, we gonna not serve him? What is God saying today? I've done all that for you. You could, if I would have let Satan have his way, you would have been dead. What did Jesus tell Peter? Satan desired to sift you as wheat, but I pray, oh God, but I prayed for you. Oh God, listen, and what is God saying today? I'm calling you, my son and my daughter, to choose me. You choosing a whole lot of stuff. You choosing your way. I'm gonna do it this way. He said, have you ever, because watch it, some of the mess we got in. He said, did I tell you to do that? Because I'm gonna tell you how you know. Watch this. When we make decisions on our own, we don't consult our man, woman of God, or God. We just do it because our mind is made up and we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear, don't do that. That ain't the time. That ain't the one. Oh, and we definitely don't want to hear that ain't the one. So what we do is we make the decision and we go ahead and do it. And then we tell them later. Watch this. Joshua was speaking to the nation again through the leaders and to the nation and to the leaders. Listen, this was a dramatic gathering. Today is a dramatic gathering. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to the church. He says, I'm calling you back to me. Some of us have gotten real slack. He said, I need time. He said, I need you to put me on your schedule. And I bet not be the last thing. I bet not be oh, I forgot. Let me go talk. He said, He said, I want to be priority. He says, I want to be priority. I want to be the one that you seek after. Woo. I want to be the one that hunger and he that hungers and thirsts after righteousness shall be filled. You're not filled because you're not hungry. You're not filled. He that hungers and thirsts after righteousness shall be filled. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? You ever been so thirsty and nothing can quench your thirst but water? Because everybody know that I love sweet tea. Sweet tea. Sweet tea. But it's not, if I'm thirsty, I'm not going to get some tea. I'm going to get some water. There's a different satisfying in the water. Okay. There's a different satisfying in the water. He that hungers, are you hungry enough? Are you eating from the right? Can I help y'all? Are you eating from the right? Because we're eating from everybody's table. So we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, I'm going to go do yoga. Oh, I'm going to go do this. Oh, I'm going to go talk to Buddha. Oh, I'm going to go meditate. Oh, I'm going to go. We mixing all this stuff up. And God said, and that's why you sick. Because your diet is messed up. You ever had a person, watch this, you've been eating healthy. You've been eating healthy. I've been eating healthy. I've been eating good. I've been eating fruits and vegetables. I ain't eating, because y'all know I love sweets. I ain't been eating no sweets. I ain't been eating, and I was sharing this with one of my team members. I was saying, you know what? I say, as long as I was consecrating and fasting for 30-something days, I was good. I say, the minute I put, what was it? That red velvet cake in my mouth, I said, my stomach cut about 50 flips. They were like, huh? I said, because I had been eating healthy. I had been eating a good diet. And now here I come trying to put some junk in there. Watch this. And so what God is saying, watch this, y'all. What God is saying is when you're eating a healthy diet, you know that person is teaching nothing but the word. You know that you're being fed nothing but the word. Ain't nothing mixed in it. They ain't trying to maneuver and throw some politics in there and get your money and profit. Ain't nothing mixed. It's just the word of God. You've been eating good and healthy. Watch this. Then all of a sudden, well, come over here and go to this service with me. Or come over here and go over here. And why don't you read this book? And look at this prophet on Facebook. Because everybody prophesying on Facebook. Let me tell you. And look at this prophet on Facebook. Look at this one on TikTok. Look at this one on Instagram. Look at this one on YouTube. And we start doing all that. And now your diet is messed up. And the first thing that happened is the first time you do it, you get kind of sick. Like, I don't feel good. That's your warning. But what do? Keep eating junk. Why? Because I have learned that people like drama. I got a cousin, listen, and I was sharing this with my daughter. I said, I got a cousin that's on YouTube. I said, this girl videos be getting like 17,000 views. I said, YouTube is paying her. But then I said, and my daughter said, so Whitney looked at me, she said, I said, I'm over here on YouTube. Listen, because I don't promote my YouTube a lot, but I'm over there on YouTube. I said, I got about 500 videos of nothing but the word of God. I said, I ain't getting, I said, I may hit 100, 300, somewhere around in there. Over on YouTube. Now, Facebook, we in the thousands. But on YouTube, I said, it's a difference. So I said, YouTube is different. And so my daughter looked at me, Whitney, said, Mom. She said, you know why? Watch this. She said, can I help you? She said, you know why people is looking at our cousin stuff and you're only getting certain people looking at yours? I said, yeah, but help me because I'm over here screaming and hollering and starving myself and doing all that. She said, because you're not dramatic. Ooh. She said, people love drama. She said, people are drawn to mess. She said, people love all this ghetto stuff. Listen. And so we have to be careful that we don't taint preachers, that we don't mix stuff with the word of God. And God just keeps telling me, he said, daughter, he said, just do it the way I'm telling you. Say what I'm giving you to say. If they don't like it, that's all right. He said, don't. And y'all know I ain't never scared. He said, don't ever be afraid of their faces. He said, say what I tell you, get your stuff and go out the door. Say what I tell you to say, go where I tell you to go. Speak what I tell you to speak. And the problem with a lot of us, he says, we're not hunger and thirsting after righteousness. And so we wonder why we're not filled. We're eating from so many tables. Your diet is a hot mess. But God is saying, you know where you really going to get it at? He said, in my presence. He said, in my presence is fullness of joy. I'm sad. I'm going through. I'm getting this presence. I bet you won't be sad no more. And turn off all that gospel about you coming up on the rough side of the mountain. And I'm just trying to make it. And this is why I like, and one of my mentees told me, because she's from Africa, and she was like, Dr. Three, the Nigerians are not the only people that worship like that. I said, well, baby, them Nigerians got the oil. Do you hear me? Because why? Because when I listen to them, and I know y'all getting tired of me sharing it, but I'm going to keep sharing it. My daughter telling me, well, somebody please take this woman to Nigeria. Take her on over there so she can get all the, just go. Watch this. Because watch this. The Nigerians, if you listen to their worship, they're always exalting God. They ain't begging him for nothing. They tell me how great he is, how mighty he is, how wonderful he is. We exalt your name. We worship you. So that's why I love their music. Some of us, we say we listen to gospel. The gospel you listen to got you more depressed than anything else. Be careful what you got going on in these ear gates, these eye gates. Some of y'all looking at some stuff. You ain't got no business. I'm just giving you everything God giving me right now. Y'all just bear with me. If this blessing you say it's blessing me, Dr. Three. This is the season. Watch, y'all. We got to watch what we see, what we hear. Watch this. Who we sit around, who in our atmosphere. Watch this. Because some of this stuff, they label the gospel, but it can go either way. It can be played on the secular station too. I don't listen to none of that. There's some people like, have you heard this song? I say, is it from Nigeria? Listen, because God is calling us to a level, watch this, of righteousness. Not perfect, righteousness, stand in right standing. You are what you say you are. You are what you say you are. You're not playing games. You're not playing church. You're not trying to, listen, it's not about, for me, it's not about a platform. Because y'all know I've been doing this a long time. February, we coming up on 25 years of me screaming and hollering, preaching the gospel. So for me, it's not about a platform. It's about whatever God want to say to his people. And God is saying, what you need, you're only going to get it in my presence. He said, I'm calling y'all to come. Come, daughter, come. Come, son, come. He said, and take off the mask. And I'm not talking about no mask because of COVID, because that's coming back too, but I'll leave that alone. He said, I'm not talking about a mask because of COVID. He said, some of y'all pretending. He said, you got your church face, you got your work face, you got your at-home face. He said, can we just get one face? Can we just be 100% real and be who God called us to be? Because do you know, it's some of us on here, listen, people don't even know how to approach you. And in their mind, they say, well, I wonder how she's going to be today. I started to say something, but I knew a person. I ain't know what I was getting from day to day. I was like, okay, well, when they walk in today, let's see. Like, I don't know if we're going to be happy. We're going to be sad. We're going to be evil. We're going to be, don't talk to me. And let me tell you something. That's a miserable life to live. This is why I love my peace. I love my home. And my daughter will tell, when I walk up here, if anything out of order, I'm like, what's that I'm sensing? What's wrong with you? Listen, some of us, people don't even know from day to day what they going to get. God say no more. He said, I'm looking for a remnant of people that love me with their whole heart. Joshua said, choose you this day who you going to serve. He said, if you're going to serve the God of your forefathers, then go ahead. He said, but as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Why are we going to serve the Lord, Gail? Why am I going to serve the Lord? Isha, Brenda, Sharia, Lucretia. Why am I going to serve the Lord? Because I know his track record. He never dropped me. He never let me down. He never left me by myself. Out of all, and y'all know my story. Y'all know about all the sicknesses and all that stuff I went through. But he was there every single time. And what I've learned, this is gonna bless some of y'all. All this stuff y'all going through, I'm tired of being sick, and I'm going through, and my child's sick. And do you know that God is birthing anointings through your sickness? Watch this, because if he was not birthing an anointing through your sickness, you would have died while you were sick. Can I help y'all? He says, I am not coming, daughter. I am not coming back to lay hands on nobody. Ooh, who gonna do the laying of the hands? Y'all. He said, everything you went through, every strategy that I've given you, he said, it's not always about you. It's about somebody else. He said, I said, get my kingdom, prepare my kingdom, because I'm soon to come back. And you complaining because you're going through. He said, the point is, he said, you're going through. He said, when I bring you through, he said, you can lay hands and go get somebody else. Watch this. And then the person that you lay hands on, and they come through, now they can lay hands. Do y'all see it? And now that person come through, and it's a chain reaction. He said, I didn't allow you to go through that and bring you through it for you to just sit and be like, yeah, I went through, girl. That was just it was so hard, but I made it. Really? You made it? Can you go tell your sisters that's about to blow their brains out how they can come through? Can you go tell your brothers that's about to commit suicide and walk out on his family? Can you tell them how you came through? God says, I took you through these things so I can use you for my glory. You're coming through is you getting the victory, but he's going to get the glory. Watch this. It says, and I got to get off. Oh, God, I'm so far out there. Let me see. I'm going to get to this part. Verses 7 through 10. God was faithful in their wilderness. He reminded them. Watch this. He reminded them. He said, when y'all were out there in the wilderness, y'all shoes didn't wear out. Did y'all have to worry about what to eat? He said, I fed y'all with manna. He said, y'all was out there. Y'all didn't know where y'all were going. He said, I put a fire. Okay, watch this, y'all. He said, I put a fire in the sky at night, so you'll know which direction to go. Who is this for? He said, you called it a wilderness. It was who is this? You in your wilderness experience. He said, if you get my presence, he said, I'll show you where to go. If you get my presence, I'll feed you with manna. If you get in my presence, he said, your shoes ain't going to wear out. He said, if you get in my presence, it's all about his presence. He said, as long as they were in my presence, they knew where to go. As long as they remained in my presence, their shoes didn't wear out. Watch this. It says, I dwelt with you in the wilderness a long time. And he said, you were in the wilderness and I brought you into the land of all them ites. He said, and then he said, when I brought you, listen to this. God says, you were in the wilderness. Okay. I hear you, Holy Spirit. This is your prophetic word. Can y'all just drop in the chat? I receive it. 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 Oh, God, I feel you now. He says, you were out there in the wilderness. You were sick. You were going through financially, dealing with stuff, issues, wilderness issues. Watch this. He said, because you sought me in the wilderness, you remained in my presence in your wilderness. Watch this. I gave you direction. I showed you where to go. Watch this. He says, now, when I bring you out of the wilderness, you're going into Canaan. Watch this, y'all. Canaan, oh God, is your land of plenty. Canaan is your land of more than enough. Watch this. Canaan, oh God, do y'all know when they sent, Joshua sent them spies to spy out the land, the grapes, it took 2 men to carry the grapes. Canaan represents a land of abundance. It says the land was flowing with milk and honey. Watch this. But it says, watch this. It says, listen to this, verses 7 through 10. It says, and then I brought you into the land of the ites who dwelt on the other side of the Jordan, and they fought with you, but I gave them to you in your hand. I allowed you, everything that came up against you, I allowed you to defeat it. Who is this for? The sickness came up. You still here, so you defeated it. See, some of y'all don't even know you victorious. You just still sitting around like, God. Some of y'all have fought and won, and you don't even know when to celebrate. Okay, but I'm going to stay right here. You don't even know when to celebrate. You done fought and you won. You was in the hospital, you came out, you won. You don't even know when to celebrate. Watch this. It says, watch this. Because some of us, y'all keep pulling. Watch this, because this going to bless you. This going to bless you, prophetess, this going to bless you. Some of us have gotten victories, and we so busy in the fight. We so busy like this. You done got a victory. You didn't celebrate the victory. You just kept fighting. You just kept, and everybody else like, wait a minute, can we celebrate you? You still fighting. He said, Kanisha, can I help you? You have won, fought and won so many battles, but you ain't celebrated. It's time to celebrate. Can I help you? Some of y'all need to have a celebration. Because Isha on here, she know. I try to celebrate everything. Oh, your dog had puppies? Y'all, let's eat. Oh, this one did that? Y'all, let's go eat. Y'all did this? Oh, let's go to the movies. Oh, let's have I try to celebrate everything. Celebrate the victories. Because some of y'all just keep going. You just keep going. You so busy in warfare mode. And can I, okay, y'all, will y'all please stop so I can get off here? Because I really want to take off these church clothes and get comfortable, but y'all keep pulling. Can I say this? Because y'all, oh my God. Some of y'all are in unnecessary warfare. You know why you're in unnecessary warfare? What's around you? What's around you? And you're a spiritual person, and you flow in the prophetic. I don't know who this is for. And you pick up everything that's going on around you. So you constantly praying, rebuking, laying hands, consecrating, doing this, praying. And that's all you in all that warfare because this was around you. Check your circle. Check your circle. Check your circle. Can I say it again? You in warfare because of who you're around. You know you could be in warfare and be getting wore out. When God said, well, I didn't even call you to that. Like, I didn't even call you. I said you could be concerned, but I didn't say it had to consume you. Who is this for? You can be concerned, but it don't have to consume you. Watch, because as prophets, somebody, listen, you miss Isha. She know I'm number one for this. You were coming to the ministry good, strong, and hard, and I don't see you. It could be the 2 services past. And I'm like, Isha, where they at? Where they at? I ain't seen them. Oh, God. And I go on a whole, she like, prophets, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. I told them you looking for them. Okay. I'm like, okay, because I see them. And I just, and see, sometimes we can be in unnecessary warfare. That ain't even your assignment, baby. Who is this for? You, some of y'all are picking up assignments that are not yours. Some of y'all need to say, God bless you. Some of y'all need to say, God bless you. I'm going to pray and keep moving. Watch this. Listen. I'm going to get, oh, Lord, y'all. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm going to get through this. It says he going to get, watch this. And he says, when I am the God of faithfulness. I am a God of faithfulness. Verses 11 through 13. It says you went over to the Jordan and came to Jericho, but I delivered all your enemies in your hand. Isn't this, y'all? He said, I've delivered all of your enemies in your hand. Watch this. This is what I love. Not with your sword or with your bow. I have given you a land for which you didn't labor. Do y'all hear this? He said, I'm about to give y'all some stuff you ain't even work for. Oh, God. He says, the more you stay in my presence, he said, I'm gonna give you some stuff you didn't even work for. You thinking it's gonna take this amount of money and that amount I told you I'd have 4 houses drop right in my lap. That what I drive dropped right in my, I'm like, okay, well, thank you. I was out there trying to get a little oil change. And do you know, can I tell y'all this? Do you know when God drops stuff in your lap, it ain't no high interest rate. Because his blessings make you rich. Watch this. And add no sorrow. Who is this for? I am living in a house that, well, now it's worth, what was it? The last thing I got, because somebody was trying to buy it, and I was like, well, I ain't moving nowhere. But the last thing I got, watch this. The last thing I got from a realtor, it told me that my house was worth $470,000. Watch this. $470,000 the house is worth. I was like, I'm not selling my house. Do you know my interest rate, when I got this house, my interest rate caused my mortgage to be less than people's rent. His blessings will make you rich and add no sorrow. I went to closing. Watch this. I went to closing, got home. About 2 weeks later, I started getting all these checks in the mail. You overpaid this, you overpaid that. You didn't bring that much at closing. You didn't do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, wait, what? His blessings will make you rich and add no sorrow. It says, watch this. You're going to get over there in Canaan. He said, I'm going to give you stuff that you didn't even fight for. You didn't have to work for it. This is what his presence is about to do for y'all. This is why I had to get on here. He said, because some people are about to make some mistakes tonight. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. They need to hear this before Monday morning. He said, don't do it. Don't walk out. Don't throw in the towel. Don't say. Some of y'all, be quiet. Be quiet, because your mouth going to cost you. Be quiet. Listen, he says, listen, when you get in my presence, he said, I will, watch this. I will handle that thing that's trying to handle you. Can I tell y'all this? And God is saying, and I will curse that thing that's trying to curse you. Didn't it say that Joshua was reminding them? He said, y'all do know Balaam was sent to curse us. And God turned around and made Balaam bless them. He said, people that was trying to curse you, he said, I'll make them bless you. They ain't even understand why. He said, but that's what happens when you get in my presence. Watch this. It says, watch this. And I'm going to get off here. I promise y'all. I'm going to get off here. It says, you're going to get land you didn't even labor for it. Vineyards, olive groves, which you didn't even plant. You about to receive a harvest that you didn't sow for. Whoo, Jesus. I'm going to say that one more time. You're about to, oh, Jesus. You're about to receive a harvest on something you didn't even sow for. Whoo, I'm going to say this one more time. Your yes to God today, watch this. Your yes to God today is going to release a harvest that you didn't even sow for. You didn't even put a seed in the ground for this one. He said, I'm just going to give it to you because I'm God. Okay. And some of this, watch this. Okay. I hear you, Holy Spirit. I hear you, Holy Spirit. You know how you have people that's connected to you, like your grandma, your mom, and your dad. Some of us, our parents, our grandparents, that love the Lord with all their heart. They were serving God and they died. They went on to glory. Watch this. He said, they got some seeds that's still in the ground. Okay. I got to get off here because I'm about to lose it right here. Whew. He said, they got some seeds that's in the ground and the harvest is about to come, but I'm going to give it to you. See, my brother Titus on here, we grew up with this. My grandmother was the mother of the church. It was nothing to hear her praise God in the kitchen on any given day. I mean, go all the way in. I mean, we waiting on dinner. She don't wait. So I get it honest, y'all. I just get it honest. But Titus, watch this. It's some stuff that grandma didn't get. Me and you, we right here. It's ours. It's ours. It's some stuff, Isha, that belonged to you. That your grandma left some seeds in the ground because she couldn't get them all before she went. Because God told her, I got need of you. Come on home. And so what happened, Isha, is some of the stuff that you getting, you like, I don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. It was your grandma's, but it's yours. Gail, y'all understand? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Angel, you understand what I'm saying? It's some stuff that your daddy. Okay. I ain't gonna mess with y'all today because I got it. Because we can stay here all day. Listen. It says, Joshua challenged the people. He said, serve God only. Watch this. Joshua challenged the people. I am challenging you today. Watch this, Dana. Serve God only. My allegiance is to him. I have leaders. I have mentors. They give me direction. They give me wisdom. They give me what I need. I have a team that assists me. My daughters, I'm accountable. I have family. I have all these things. But watch this. My allegiance is to God. You can tell me, advise me, give me whatever you want all day. But at the end of the day, it's going to be what he said. Says, Joshua challenged them to serve God only. He said, I know y'all know about all these other gods. He said, I know y'all know about all this other stuff they got going on in the earth now. All these other allegiance, society, sorority. He said, I know y'all know about. He said, will you serve me? Watch this. It says, serve him. Listen to this. In sincerity and in truth. Watch this. He's saying this because they saw God's work and they had already experienced his blessings. So it only makes sense that you're going to serve him. Who is this for? You have seen the hand of God at work. You've seen the signs, the wonders, the miracles. So it only makes sense. Why would you go serve somebody else? Why would you go serve another God? Why? Because some of y'all have more allegiance to your leaders than you do to God. Say that again. Some of y'all have more allegiance to your leaders than you do to God. This is why, watch this, this is going to bless y'all. This is why when the leaders fall, you have people going crazy. Look, my allegiance is to God. My allegiance is to God. Who am I talking to? My allegiance is to God. That's who I serve. That's who I honor. That's who I worship. That's who I bow down to. Not my job, not my friends, not my family, not my daughters. My God is who I bow down to. He has the final say over everything. Watch this. And it says, Joshua tell them, so if you're going to serve him, you got to serve him, watch this, in sincerity and in truth. What was he saying? A deep commitment. and a true commitment. Ooh, God. Can y'all drop that in the chat? A deep and true commitment. A deep and a true commitment. A deep and a true commitment. Gail, this is what, listen, this is why when I'm home, and people know that I love being home. Listen, I can just sit here every day, all day. It would not bother me at all. Because when I'm home and God say, come on, I stop what I'm doing. All right, let's go. Because y'all know right now, I done told y'all I got some Captain Steve's in there, and I got some cake and ice cream. But God said, I need you to go live right now. This can't wait till in the morning. So my allegiance is to what he tell me to do, when he tell me to do it. I don't have time to say, but wait a minute, God, you know that now my fish gonna get cold, and my ice cream, my cake, and I get it. It's what he want, when he want it, how he want it. So if you see me in the grocery store and I have my hand on somebody, just keep walking. Because they tell you, I do. Hey, Teresa, I saw her yesterday. God bless you. Because people know. And what I'm learning, what I learned a long time ago, because when I was called to preach, I was in the Baptist church, and they told you that you got to be ready at all times. You ain't got time to get ready. Because people call me and tell me, can you pray? I said, bow your head. They be like, huh? I said, you want me to pray? Bow your head. At work, I'm just going through, Father God, in the name of Jesus. Copy machine, I don't care. Hey, you don't want prayer, don't tell me. Because I'm called to this. This is my life. Will y'all hear me say he is the very breath that I breathe? I believe that. I told my daughters, I said, you know what? Come what may. I said, a lot of things may happen between now and when I go home. I said, but y'all do know that. Grandma, Mother Paula was like 98. I said, now her mama was 100. So y'all may have to put up with me a long time. I said, so between now and then, I got work to do, and I'm gonna be about my father's business. I said, so come what may in the middle, I ain't going nowhere until my assignment is completed. Watch this. Some of y'all got to get this in your mind. You're not going nowhere until your assignment is completed. He that begun a work in you, he will perform it. He that begun a work in you, he will perform it. Watch this. So it says Joshua was calling them to a commitment, a deep and a true commitment to serve the Lord. Watch this. He said in sincerity. That means with your whole heart. With your whole heart. With your whole heart. Watch this. That means my heart is committed to God. You know in the Bible, he said, I will give you one heart, a new heart that is sensitive and automatic. I think it's Ezekiel. I will give you, if I'll find it because I don't want to misquote it. But it says, I will give you one heart, a new heart that is automatically sensitive to my will and my way, and it'll automatically do what I say. That's the heart. A heart that will automatically do the will of God. Watch this. But you're not going to get that heart if you're not in his presence, because in your presence where you learn who he is. Watch this. So he says, sincerity, a whole heart. Watch this. And truth. God knows your heart. So why are you putting on a show for people? God knows my heart. So who am I trying to impress? Why do we spend time trying to impress people that ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in? Why do we spend time trying to impress people that's going to drop you anyway? Ooh. Why do we spend time trying to impress people that they going to open the door for you and shut it at the same time? Why? God said, when I open the door, can't no man shut that door. He said, I open doors that no man can shut, and I shut them and they won't be open again. Who is this for? Some doors God shut, leave them shut. Watch this. Oh God, y'all. I'm just going to skip all the way to the bottom because I am way so far over my time. Joshua says, y'all make y'all decision. He says, but as for me and my house, everything connected to me, those that live with me, those that's close to me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Watch why he said that. Joshua was determined on his course with God, no matter what anyone else thought. What? Listen, Joshua was determined to do everything God told him, no matter what everybody else around him thought. I am determined. This is the mindset we have to get. I am determined to go with God all the way, regardless of what everybody else around me doing. I am determined to fulfill the assignment, regardless to what everybody else around me doing. Everybody else around me can be prophesying something way out there, but I know what God told me. Y'all, because many of y'all will send me clips of people and say, Dr. They prophesying the same thing. Yeah, because it's a remnant of us. We got our ear to his heart. Ooh, Jesus. We got our ear to his heart. Father, what you saying? Father, what you saying? Father, what you saying? And we like that all the time. What you saying? Where you at? What you want to say to your people? What would you have me to do? What would you have me to go? What? And so it's a remnant of us that you will find we always saying the same thing. Because God is not speaking a prophetic word for the nation, and it's different words everywhere. If it's for the nation, it's for the nation. Do y'all understand? Watch this. And it says, Joshua said, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord, no matter what else is going on. Joshua had the job, listen to this, of representing his whole house before God. Do y'all hear that? I'm going to say it again. Joshua had the job of representing his whole household to God. Ooh, could it be your whole house in trouble because you ain't representing them to God? Ooh, because the way you representing them to God is a problem. This is why when you marry and the man's supposed to be the priest of the house, that means he prays, he labors before God, and he makes sure that everything in the house is in order. Single women that's like me, we single, we're not married. So what do? We labor as the priest of our house. Until if God decides to send a man, you are the priest of that house. It says here, watch this. Joshua had the job of representing his whole house before God, meaning he's bringing his whole house before God. Meaning I have in my house right now, let me see, 1, 2, 3 of my girls. When I present my household to God, this is what we stand for. This is what we believe. This is how we worship. This is how we serve. This is how we. He had a job of representing his whole house before the Lord. Watch this. It says the sense is that Joshua would do whatever was right and godly to make sure that his household served the Lord. What are you doing? Because you know who will tell on you. I be telling people, I say, y'all know what? Teachers, we know all y'all business in y'all house. The parents be coming, we had like them conferences maybe like October. I'll be like, how you doing? Because I'm telling you, watch it. Because your Gail, she's kids will tell all your business. We be knowing stuff about y'all. I'm telling you, I'll be sitting, I'll be laughing. Because they so innocent, y'all. They be telling us stuff. My mom and daddy was in there fighting last night. And then I saw my mama, she came out the kid. And I'm like, baby, I'm thinking they wasn't fighting, honey. Look, we know all y'all business. We know who got drunk. We know who came over. We know about your cousins, we know everything. So you cannot be one way in the church and another way at home. Watch this, because you're going to represent your household to God. What are you going to, when he, tell me about your house, what you going to say? Well, that one over there doing is that, well, it's your house. I ain't never seen a generation where the kids run the house. Where they do that at? And all my daughters grown. You can live here till I say otherwise. Everybody got a time up stamp. You can live here till I say otherwise. But you ain't gonna run my house because I pay the mortgage. I've never seen this. And I saw this doing open house. Kids running the house. That's why there's so much confusion. Watch this. And I'm getting, y'all, I'm really going to get off here. I've been on here a long time. I'm getting off here. It says, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. His relationship with God was not based on any man, but only on the Lord alone. And he would serve God no matter what anyone else is doing. Watch this. And it says, Joshua's decision meant hesitation was gone. Who is this for? When you make this decision that as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. When you make the decision for God I live and for God I die, hesitation is gone. Watch this. It meant he lived above the evil influences of everybody else. No matter what everybody else is doing, I'm going high. I'm going with God. That's the trend right now. Y'all go ahead and do that trend. I'm going with God. Everybody else doing that in church, well, y'all go ahead because I'm going with God. Everybody's selling out to some stuff. Well, I'm gonna sell out to God. Watch this. And it says, Joshua's decision was deep, it was calm, it was clear, it was fixed, and it was well grounded. He wasn't confused about his decision with God. He was not confused about, well, should I, for God I live, for God I die. Wait a minute, because what that mean? What do it mean, God? When you talk about I may die, what you mean? I'm dying to self. Watch this. It says, Joshua's decision was openly made. Some people don't even know you saved. Can I just tell you? Some people don't even know you saved. And when you start talking about, I'm a preacher and I do this, and they're like, for real? That's an open rebuke to you. That is an open. Do you know if you say, yeah, I pastor, I got a church. People should not be shocked. Like, you do. That is an open rebuke to you. It says Joshua made this commitment openly. Everybody knew. Oh, don't play with Joshua. And he about God's business. Don't even go over there with that mess. See, some people trying you with some stuff because they don't know whose side you on. They don't really know. Do she serve God? Is she a Muslim? Is she a? Well, what is she doing? Watch this. It says, listen. Joshua's decision was made openly. Joshua's decision was earnestly carried out. He did what he said. Watch this. Joshua's decision was kept his whole life. It did not say that Joshua made his decision and everything got easy. Because we know we read the Bible. It did not get easy. It said he made the decision and he carried it out his whole life. He didn't backtrack on it. He didn't watch this. And he didn't regret. Watch this, Deacon Talbot. He didn't regret that he made the decision. I tell my team all the time, I said, well, yeah, I done fired y'all about 15 times in the past year. But I ain't gonna quit on God. And they be laughing because they know me. It's all in love. I said, y'all done fired everybody this week, but I'm back on track now. We got this. We rocking and rolling. I done fired them. I tell my girl, oh, y'all fired. I don't even need y'all. Y'all fired. Watch this. We gonna have those moments because we human. But watch it. We ain't quitting on God. Ain't no quitting on what God said do. He may transition. He may shift. He may pivot. Watch this. He may pivot. I don't know who this is for. He may pivot and he may shift. But you're not gonna quit on him. He said, I didn't say abort the assignment. He said, I may shift it. I may pivot. He said, but I didn't say quit. Who is this for? I may shift it. I may pivot. But I didn't say quit. He who had begun a good work in you. He said, I'm going to perform it. He said, and the worst rebuke is you quit on God. Then you know what he going to do? He going to make sure that you see somebody doing the exact thing he called you to do. Now you talking about a sick feeling. You talking about being hurt. You would get physically sick when that happened. You will run across somebody doing everything and you be like, oh God. Oh God, he told me to do that. Oh God, he told me to do that. And I was sharing on my team. I said, do you know the worst thing to happen is God put you on a team or he give you an assignment and you don't fulfill it. And then you see somebody else doing it. Or the worst thing is he put you on an assignment and part of a vision and you be the reason why the vision didn't come to pass. Ooh, Jesus. Quitting is not an option. Quitting is not an option. I hear Holy Spirit and I'm getting off here. I'm getting off here. You can't quit on God because he didn't quit on you. Can I say this one more time? You can't quit on God. Who, Jesus? He said, I didn't quit on you. I didn't let the sickness take you out. He said, I ain't let the hard conditions take you out. I ain't let the cancer take you out. I ain't let the sickle cell take you out. I ain't let the diabetes take you out. I ain't let COVID take you out. He said, I didn't quit on you. He said, when everybody else walked away, he said, I was right there. He said, I never quit on you. So how? How are you going to quit on me? How are you going to quit on God? He said, I didn't quit on you. Woo! Ain't that something? He said, I never quit on you. He said, I told you in my hand. He said, ain't nothing can pluck you out. He said, you right here. He said, I got you. He said, I just need you to come all the way. He said, I need you to come all the way. He said, you can't quit. He said, ain't even in your DNA. He said, you're going to try. He said, you may try to quit. He said, but watch what happened. He said, I'm going to call you back every time. He said, because some of y'all, he said, you were born for this. Who am I talking to? He said, you were born for this. This is the only reason why you was even created. Oh, Jesus. Think about that. It's the only reason why you was created. He said, all the other stuff, he said, I'm going to give you some stuff. You're going to do some stuff. He said, but it says an assignment on your life that I said, I need to create Kenitra for this right here. I need Sharia, Barbara, Tate, Teresa. He said, I need them. He said, I need them for this right here. Can't nobody do it. But can I tell y'all something? Your assignment, Lucretia, watch this. Can't nobody do it but you. Can't nobody do it but you. It has your DNA on it. I have seen people try to duplicate worship and warfare. Like, y'all know, because my team, Dr. 3, they get so mad. Do you say this? I say, it's fine, y'all. Everybody calm down. Because some of us, you got to understand, we are trendsetters. Woo. We frontliners, forerunners. And then we get mad because we see other people doing it. But God said, but you're going to be my example in the earth. What you get mad? Why? Get out your feelings. Because I had a hard time with that. Well, I planned it. And how they going to do it just like me? And I already had mine. And then and he said, trendsetter. He said, you my example in the earth of excellence. Watch this, y'all. And when you do it with excellence. Don't half step with it. That's why y'all see, y'all look like Dr. 3 got a banner for everything. Boy, she got balloons now. I guess next you're going to have angels swinging from the ceiling. I just might. Do it in excellence. Because my heart's desire, watch this, is to make him proud. I want to see him smiling, saying, that's my girl right there. I knew you did that. He said, I knew you was going to do it right. I knew you, because out of all the accolades that I get, y'all, I mean, I am getting off here. Out of all the accolades I get, you know the one that mean the most to me? His accolades. That's when people say, you did this was one. I said, to God be the glory. Because I won't take it. It wasn't me. I'll listen. When I walk out there, I don't know what I'm going to say. I have some notes. I have a pretty good idea. But it's all him. It's all him. People always rave, oh, you know how God speaks to you? How did you know that? God, that wasn't me. That was him. I'm just his mouthpiece. He said, I'm going to get this work done through y'all. He said, I'm going to get this done through y'all. Listen, we are a chosen generation, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we're chosen for such a time as this. He said, I'm going to get it done through y'all. I'm not coming back to lay hands. I'm not coming back to do nothing. He said, I'm going to do it through y'all. Get my church ready. He says, but you got to give me another yes and choose me again. Choose me again. I'm getting off here. Okay, yes. Thank you. I will. They told me to put the cash at the stuff up for you can sow. Okay. If you want to sow, I know this was impromptu. I'm not coming on in the morning. What I may do in the morning is I may do a replay. I'm not even sure. I may not even do that. I may just let it be. But listen, if you want to sow, the information is on the bottom of the screen. I want you, if you're sowing, because understand, ain't begging, don't have to. If you want to sow, I have been missing you. Oh, bless you, Teresa. Listen, if you want to sow, the information is on the bottom of the screen. I want you to tag that. I choose God. I choose God. Because listen, because God, what he's doing is he's getting his forerunners ready to prepare his body, because he's soon to come. Y'all, when I tell y'all he's soon to come, I feel this thing. And my daughter's like, okay, here we go. What the Lord is saying today. And then one of them, you know, because y'all got to know my daughters, you just got to know them. You know what they always tell me? I bet you get on God's nerves. I bet he'd be like, what? Like, what is it now? And like one day I was walking in the house singing, and they'll tell me, hold it. I'm like, hold what? To wait to service. Hold it. And I said, I can't hold it. I can. So if y'all see my grandbabies, they the same way. I don't listen. You could play any type of music. Snoop and Sappy gonna say hallelujah. And they say it's so sweet. Hallelujah. I say, baby, that ain't gospel. Hallelujah, Mimi. Mimi, lift your hands. Hallelujah. And listen, because I want to please him. I just want to say, daughter, well done. Well done. I don't want to look up and see somebody else doing what God told me to do. Oh God, when I think about that, it's like it's almost make me just want to just pass out. I don't want to look up and see somebody else doing what he called me to do because I was not obedient. Because you do know he'll raise them up right in your face and make sure you see it. I don't want, listen, my heart's desire is to do everything, listen, that he has for me to do. My team was like, okay, what we doing next? What we doing? And I'll be like, this, I'm gonna have this service right here. We're gonna call it this. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna do this. And they be looking like, Dr. Webber, so what's next? And I'm like, I'm talking about 2025. And they're like, wait, what? Oh, look, my schedule for 2025 is done. done. I'm just moving stuff around right now because I was team too much at one point. So I'm moving some stuff around. Isha have to keep me straight. Like, Dr. How you gonna do all that? So you talking about having church every Sunday? Because those of you don't know, I was talking about in 2025 having service, a month of services on a Sunday. But I had this brilliant idea that I was going to have service every Sunday in July and then have worship and warfare. They were like, Doctor, you know you ain't. So we got to move some stuff around because my mind is like, get his people ready. Get his people ready. Get his people ready. I got to give them this word. I got to share this word. So listen. If you want to sow, the information is on the bottom of the screen. If you're not a tither, y'all, I keep telling y'all this. This is not the season to not tithe. Tithing rebukes the devourer. Seed gives you the harvest. Two different things. You know how, okay, tithing, the devourer, the enemy comes to eat up. That's when you don't tithe and you say, well, I'm going to pay my bills and I ain't going to tithe. You know what happened? Your car break, you need new tires, the kids need this done happen, rent due, the light bill, the refrigerator went out. It's all this unexpected stuff that start happening. You're like, well, you didn't tithe. And watch what I love about, and I think Kiara is like, Kiara and Jasmine, those are my two. I don't care what time of day, when it hit, they gonna tithe. I be like, okay, well, God, look, they own it. Jasmine will send 15, because she do nails, y'all. This is my baby entrepreneur. She does nails. She don't wait to the end of the day to send it all at one time. I'm gonna get about 10 cash apps all day. I was like, you know what? This the heart on this child is like, it just blessed me because I'm like, God, they get it. They get it. So tithing is important, but I want to share those. But the information to sow is on the bottom of the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry that I kept y'all on here for an hour and 34 minutes. But I'm about to get off here and eat me some fish. No, I don't have fish. I have shrimp. Eat me some shrimp and a baked potato. And I have some cake and some ice cream for later. Oh, God, it's already after 4, so I may not get the cake and ice cream today. And I'm going to post a challenge. I was sharing this with someone. I'm getting off here. I'm going to post a challenge. It's called the 4-hour challenge. I'm going to see. We going to see. Build y'all stamina in prayer. Can you pray for 4 hours straight? Y'all know, y'all, hey. But I want to do a challenge. If you want to get in on a challenge, I'll be posting it probably tomorrow or later this week. I have a play set. It's for Sumi Sola. So y'all know that I love her music. She's from Nigerian worshipers. So it's like a 4-hour set. Listen, and I'm going to post that. And that's going to be what that's going to be what you're going to listen to during your 4 hours of prayer. Listen, I know some of y'all may have to start out a little slow. It's fine. As long as you get there. And I told my team, I said, y'all better learn how to pray long and hard because y'all see the prayer line. God is sending his people. I said, my assignment is to pray. So if you're going to be on my left and my right, and you're going to help me with this line, you got to have some stamina. Build your stamina in prayer. Listen, so I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. All of y'all that just sat here with me all this time for me just get that off. So now I feel like I'm free. I feel free for the next. I feel free right now. That's all I'm going to say. Listen, so I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day. Listen, stay focused. Get close to God. Y'all, I cannot stress that enough. Get in his presence. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And God bless y'all. And I will be back on here again, scheduled again, next Tuesday. We have service the first Friday in September. Y'all don't want to miss it. I don't know because I keep hearing the word travail. So I don't know if it's going to be a travailing type of service. I don't know what God going to do, but we're going to be ready and we're going to be in position. Listen, so our next service will be September. I think it's the 6th. It's the first, I don't know if it's the 6th. It's the first Friday in September. So be ready. Listen, I love y'all. I'm going to come back on here again, scheduled for Tuesday because Monday's Labor Day, so I ain't going to bother y'all. So I'll be back on here Tuesday. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in because you don't have to. So it blessed my heart whenever you tune in and you just sit here with me and listen to. Thank you, Kiki. She said, it's the 6th, Ma. Listen, when you all just get on here with me and just allow me to give y'all what God is downloading to me. Thank you, Isha. That's all my team on here. They like, listen, they know I'm on one. Listen, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Have a good day. Rest of the day on purpose.